Last week, a pretty significant update was released for Insurgency. I'm going to talk about some of the new features, some of the changes, and then focus more on the things that I'm interested in particular. The map you can see me playing on here is a new one called Bariz. It's fairly long and narrow, and it consists of a bridge at one end, a fairly long bridge, and a small village at the other end. The reason I'm crawling around like this here is because you end up with a lot of kind of sniper contact when you're up one end of the map, but once you get to the other end it gets all close quarters. So it's a nice mix of long and close range gunfight, which makes it interesting when you're choosing your gear. The other new map is Revolt. First of all, I have to give them some points for the artistic choices they made. If you look at the left hand side of the map, it's all kind of lit up like daytime, and as you go in it's lit artificially. So you can see that on the left the sun is setting and lighting up that side, lighting up the water, and as you go in it sort of gets darker and mistier and smokier and kind of more foreboding. So thumbs up on the style chosen for the map. It has a long open area in the center which is surrounded by buildings, which makes it similar to some of the other maps, but probably the main difference in this is the sheer amount of vertical space. There are so many buildings you can climb up in and so many windows to look out of, a lot of rooms to clear, which makes it a really different experience to the other maps. The name of the update is Molotov Spring, and that's because they've added Molotov cocktails for the insurgents and incendiary grenades for security. Here's a Molotov. I'll just chuck it on the ground to demonstrate how it looks. Looks pretty damn awesome. It spreads out really far. It takes about 4 seconds to kill you, and it's great for blocking doors and hallways and getting people to get out from behind their cover. Here's the security equivalent, which is an incendiary grenade. You might have also noticed that I'm using one of the new optics here, which is a 2x magnification red dot sight. They also added another 3.4x scope and wooden foregrips for the AKM and AKS. The sniper rifles for both sides get some upgrades as well, just some extra optics and attachments like suppressors. One of the main things I'm excited about though is the FNFAL. This gun was a Belgian design, but it was used in a lot of Western countries, and it was in fact standard issue in Australia for a while. I know that it was standard issue in Vietnam at least. So a lot of Australian soldiers are served with it, and I know people who have trained with it even more recently. We actually manufactured quite a lot of them in Australia for our military, even though automatic weapons are actually banned and you can't buy them. A lot of these were sort of sent overseas after they were no longer in use. In America, for example, you can at least buy parts of Australian-made FALs. But these in general are some of my favourite guns to use in video games, like Armour. It's a very powerful weapon, makes a lot of noise, kicks a hell of a lot. On auto it's not so great. You'll end up pointing your gun at the sky if you hold down the trigger. But that's great, that's part of the attraction for me. I just love this gun, and most of the time I was using the AKM before, but I'm switching to this now. Just quickly covering the rest of the updates. There are 4 new game modes, and a lot of them are very good. They've changed 2 of the old ones, just a couple of basic things about the way they work. They've done some stability fixes, lots of gameplay improvements, bug fixes, accessibility and UI improvements, new voice acting, new achievements. So it really is a pretty big update. I have seen a couple of people reporting crashes here and there, so you know, whenever you release new content, there are always going to be a couple of problems at first, but they're patching it pretty quick. Pretty sure I saw Steam updating just yesterday or the day before. And I just want to add that I'm really impressed with how much these developers are achieving with such a small team and a small budget. Now let's get to the key giveaways. First of all, if you want to win one of these 5 keys, subscribe to my channel, and then you need to make a comment on this video. If you want to copy this game, what you need to do is tell me why you don't have it already. What is your excuse for not buying it? It's a very cheap game and it's pretty fucking awesome. So what's your goddamned excuse? It doesn't have to be a great response. Don't give me a cry story. I'm probably going to choose them a bit at random anyway. But just comment and we'll see if you win. Thanks for watching and good luck.